Hello, welcome to this episode of Floppy Friday. Floppy Friday number 9? 8. Floppy Friday number 8, I think. 9 is coming. So, this is Kian, here to play a couple of classic Commodore 64 games loaded from Floppy. I'm going to start off with a game so we had some guests over this weekend. We had Demetrius and Paraskavi and their family, some old friends, and I came down and played a bit of a few games with Demetrius, and he really wanted to play 1942. So I managed to find it, and we cranked it up and had a go. So I thought I'd play it again for you today. I'm also going to play another game which is on the same floppy, in fact, so I thought I'd load up the same floppy, and that's Back to the Future, and so we'll talk a little bit more about that. Let me just try and get the noise gone. Alright, we'll actually have to play it. It looks like it's starting. I'll tell you about the other stuff later. Okay, so it's quite maneuverable. You can see this is the floppy. Oh dear. I keep getting the wrong fire button though. See that? Well, anyway, it's a little bit tricky. I'll give it one more go. I quite like this style of game. There's another one that I've mentioned before that I really liked is Slap Fight, which as you go through and you kill more, you get more points. You can choose to sort of build out your. Oh wow, I killed it. That's the first time I've done that. That's nice. Alright. In Slap Fight, you build out your spacecraft by sort of adding on modules. It's an arcade game, which I really, really liked. But anyway, that's reminds me a little bit of this, sort of scrolling forward. Okay, the noise, after a while, it has to be said, it's going to reset like that. Alright, turn that, open that. Turn it off. Oh gosh, some of these games after a while, I have to admit, they do get to you with the noise. All right, let me see. All right, here we go. The other bit of news from this week. Let me have a look here first. All right. Sometimes you have to. Where's the switch there? There we go. Turn that on. Turn this on. Put in the floppy. Why is not? Turn it on. What? Turn this on. Okay. Let's see what we've got. So this should be on there as Back to the Future. I'll just start loading this and then I'll tell you some other news while it's loading. So it's going to take a little while to load. So a few things. This is not the old 1541 that I have, which is now in my cupboard, that I got originally with this bundle. I had won another auction this week that had this 1541. Unfortunately, very annoyingly, the way it had been packed when it shipped, because it's a very heavy thing, it snapped off the drive door lid. It does work. Initially I didn't think it did, but I managed to go in and had to adjust the drive head alignment, and so it now loads at least some games, so at least it's a fairly decent backup. The other thing that I got, and this is really the reason I got it with it, was an old original Commodore 64 sort of bread box version. Now this doesn't work completely. I have to do a few things. First of all, I have to toggle it on and off several times before the power LED comes on. Then there is something going on. It doesn't actually result in anything going onto the screen. So I have a completely black screen, which is a bit annoying. But I took a look inside. it's clean. I have a feeling that it's repairable. I'm not sure if I'm the person to do it. I may have a little bit of a try. But one thing you just have to see, this keyboard, can you hear that? Just brilliant. The noise is just, I love it. So if I can get this working, I think I'd be very happy to be able to use this, because it's just a different era. I mean, this is, just love it. Anyway, we'll see. So initially, I have to admit, I was a bit disappointed it didn't work straight away. Questioning whether I should, I mean, I don't want to send them back at this stage, but I'm a bit annoyed that the guy didn't say that he hadn't tested them when he just sold them. He just listed them and put them up. So I find that a little bit unfortunate. But now I've kind of got them, and I hate to say I'm attached to them. I don't think I'll send them back. All right, Back to the Future. Now, one thing that did come with that, I'll say as well, is this a Commodore a manual. By the way, there's a Back to the Future thing. But this has, it's got a programming guide. It's got a load of code in BASIC. It's all in German, of course, but that might actually be quite fun to dig into at some point. Now, Back to the Future. I really, really, really loved this movie when it came out in 1985 or what have you. It just blew my mind. I wanted to be Marty McFly, just like everybody. They rushed this game out. It was like done within 2 months in order to meet, their deadline around the cinematic release, etc. So it's really not good. I'll read you some of the quotes from Wikipedia from that they've listed. So when originally YS Magazine, I mean, they didn't give it a bad review initially. They said it's not a bad conversion of the plot. Nice to see an original game concept. It may even be clever, but I can't say it's very much fun to play. Okay, so that was actually the best review they had. The ZX Computing Magazine said it's overpriced and overhyped. And then Computer Gamer said, buy this at your peril. All right, so this is really a poorly rated game. I actually quite like the fact that it got re-released as a compilation later on, and YS Magazine reviewed the whole compilation. This scored the worst of the various games that are on the compilation, and they qualified it as a total waste of tape, which I think is just a classic 80s computer game review comment. So let's give it a try. I have to see, I guess we'll use so it's actually not bad. The idea, I don't know if I'm going to use a joystick or whether, I guess I will. So, you've got your, is it playing? All right. You've got your picture of Marty McFly in the bottom left, which is actually not bad, for 8-bit, whatever. And then you've got to kind of build up the picture. So this is gradually fading, and then I think you've got to kind of build up the one on the right. So let's give it a go. There's a few things. I think there's a skateboard in there. That's what you need to get straight away to go quickly. And then you've got to kind of ultimately you've got to get your mum to spend as much time as possible with your dad in order to make sure that things sort of proceed, that you're born, of course. So this is the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. This is Biff coming around punching me from time to time. There's Elaine, is it? I can't even remember now. All right, then, anyway, so she's going to follow me around, and I've got to get as far as, there's Doc. I've got to get as far as George McFly. Try not to get punched by Biff. So it's an interesting concept. The fact, I have to hit fire to get up. All right, we'll go in here. Will we go in here? Can I go in any of these ones? No, I can't. Maybe go in here. I've got to find. There's Doc. And I can just come back out. There. So maybe they're going to spend time together. Is that possible? Did we just lose? There must be George. Game over. Anyway, apparently not a very well received game back in the day. In fact, really not a well received game. But, we will show a few clunkers as well as the good ones here. So, I think that's it for today's Floppy Friday. if you're going to do anything, if you're inspired to do anything after watching this video game, go and watch the movies. You know, I went and watched the first one with the kids again a week, after I played this last, and it was well worth it. Oh gosh, it stopped, thank God. So yeah, go and watch the movies again, and tune in. Hopefully this time next week, I'm going to try and record a few Floppy Fridays and queue them up over the break. We're off from the end of this week. We're off from tomorrow, basically. But I'll try and queue up a few more so that there's something to watch over the break. Have a wonderful break, and see you next time. Okay, thank you.